Hello and welcome to a video about the Emilie Meng case. Some of you might know it. It was a very, very big case in Denmark when it happened. It is the case of a 17-year-old girl out on the town with her friends celebrating a final exam. The friends waved to her around 4 in the morning near the train station. She was walking home, but she never came home. She was later found dead and sexually assaulted. Back then, it made a lot of headlines in Denmark because Denmark is a very safe society. We don't see cases like this. We don't have murders that often without it's some kind of connection to the criminal environment. But this girl, she disappeared and there was no clues to who could have took her or what have happened. The only clue the police had back then was a silver gray Hyundai i30 that was seen on a camera somewhere near where the last place this girl had been seen. But nothing have come of the investigations until today. More than 1,450 people have given DNA sample and been interviewed around this case. Families, acquaintances, car owners, and people who might be interesting for the police have been interviewed and nothing had turned up. But today, a man have been charged with the murder of this young girl. This is a guy who was jailed a few weeks back, a 32-year-old guy who was jailed because a 13-year-old girl was abducted after doing her paper round. She was later found sexually assaulted, and this guy was taken into custody. He has pled guilty to some of the charges against him. In Denmark, we have a saying where the court closes the door. That's because the investigations is ongoing, so we don't hear any details about what he pled guilty to or if there's anyone else the police is interested in. We don't know the name of him. You can find it on social media, but in Denmark, it's illegal to tell the name of this guy because he is only charged. He's not found guilty yet. We have to remember that. But with the charges against this 32-year-old guy, the story about him owning a Hyundai i30 back in the time where Emilie Meng was missing popped up in the press. And that made the police look into this again. They have now found the car. It was written off as totally damaged and sold to another country. The police have found the car. It's on its way back to Denmark so they can do testing on it to see if there's any clues. Remember, it's a 7-year-old case. I don't know how much they can find. But the police have been confident enough to say that they believe he's the guy who did it. Furthermore, he's also accused to have attacked a 15-year-old schoolgirl last November, threatened her with a knife. She fought back and got away. So if it's true, if the charges hold up, this is a very bad guy and not the type of criminal we normally see in Denmark. We don't normally see serial rapists like this in Denmark. But we have to remember again, he's only charged, and today his defense lawyer have been out saying all the new charges he's pleading not guilty. The case with the 13-year-old girl, he has pled guilty to some of the charges, but the charges against him in the Emilie Meng case, those are deprivation of liberty, rape, and murder. He hasn't pled guilty to them, and the threats against the 15-year-old and the attempted rape against her, he hasn't pled guilty to them. But I will be following this case. I hope you can understand my English. It's my first video ever in English, but I think this is an interesting case and it's a very sad case. And as you can read on Twitter, if you read Danish, it says the Emilie Meng family responds and they hope this is the end now. It has been very hard for them. Nothing concrete has come up ever. There was a lot of time between her disappearance and between the body was found, and it's been a long time since the body was found till this guy has finally been charged. If you have done it, we'll have to follow the court case and see, but I will cover it, and I hope my English is good enough that you might like to follow it along with me. Thank you for watching this video.